little bit different today. Valentine's holiday's coming up in a couple of weeks, so between the two of us, we have quite a bit of experience. I mean, we're talking 50, 60 years in the grocery, produce, and convenience store business. So we're gonna do a little demonstration on how to do chocolate dipped strawberries. So in order to get started, I'm going to show you on the table here pretty much everything that you need. Your basic, of course, your strawberries, some milk chocolate, chocolate chips, either one, a microwavable bowl. You can use anything as long as it's microwavable to melt your chocolate. A piping bag if you want to drizzle, and we'll show you how that works. You can pick one up probably for free if you go to your local grocery store. Just go over to the bakery and say, hey, do you have a piping bag that I could have? And I'm sure they'd be glad to give you one. And then of course I do have a couple other varieties of chocolate pellets here, white chocolate that we're going to use for the drizzling part, and some dark chocolate. But these will work just fine if you go to your local grocery store and pick up a bag or two, depending on how many you're going to make.
Is it best to get the chips or the bark?
I think to get the chips, because they melt. It's easier to melt them than it is the bark. But it is your preference. Either one will work. And also, these strawberries are just a regular package of a 1 pound package of strawberries. But I would recommend picking up some long stem berries if you can. They are usually, you can usually find them during Valentine's season and Mother's Day. Most stores do not carry them on a regular basis, but during this holiday they probably do have some. Sometimes they won't sell them and put them out on the floor to sell because they're going to use them to dip strawberries at stores. So you may have to ask them, do you have some long stem berries that you can sell me, if you want to pick them up. They are larger, maybe this size or bigger, whereas in the 1 pound package you get a lot of these little ones like this, and they're okay, but the bigger ones just look a lot nicer and they're easier to drizzle on, and it just comes out a lot more eye appealing. And anyway,
what's about the same price, or?
No. Like I said, probably your 1 pound packages, depending on what stores you go to, will probably range anywhere from $2.50 to $5. And if you pick up a package of long stem berries, they usually come around 12 to 15 berries in a package, and they will run you anywhere from $8 to $10 for a box of them.
They're about the same size, 1 pound.
I'm sorry?
They're about 1 pound is the weight?
Approximately, yeah. About 1 pound. But, like I said, I can guarantee you there are almost always 12 to 15 berries in a package. So, however many you want to do. Alright, we're going to... Okay, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to want to rinse off your strawberries. Just use a little strainer. Run some water over them, and give it a little shake. Make sure you get all around it. Should be good enough. You might put them out on a paper towel. Oops, sorry. But then before you start dipping, you do want to make sure that your berries are dry. If they are wet, the chocolate is not going to stick to them very well. So make sure they're dry. And over here, we already have some rinsed, washed, and dried and ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to open this bag. Dump some in a microwavable bowl. take this over to the microwave. Stick it in here. And let's give it about maybe a minute and a half and let it run.
Ready.
Alright. Minute and a half's gone by. We're gonna take these out. Use some hot pads because your bowl will be hot. Give it a little stir.
If it's too thick, is there a way to thin it out?
Now, yes, if you want to thin it out just a little bit, you can pour some vegetable oil in it. Not a lot, just to drizzle a little bit. That'll make it a little bit more creamier, and we may just do that in just a minute. Okay, after that, we're gonna microwave it just for another, I would only do it in maybe 15 to 30-second intervals to avoid burning the chocolate. So I'm gonna hit the 30-second deal here, let it run for about 15 seconds.
Okay.
Pull it out.
There we go.
Give it another stir. See, now it's starting to get a lot more creamier. But what I am going to add a little bit of oil, vegetable oil, to this, just to make it a little more creamier. Trust me, you will not taste a difference unless you just accidentally spill a lot. Just do a little bit at a time until the consistency is fairly creamy. And you know what? That may be all we need.
That looks pretty good right there.
Stir that, feel that, see if you think that feels creamy to you, or do you think it's too thick?
No.
Look good?
Yeah, I think it's good enough.
Okay. All right. We're gonna take this over to the table. Set that down.
Very warm.
You have your cookie sheet or sheet pan. Do some parchment paper. Lay that on there. Now when you dip the berry, you kind of want to, a lot of the berries will have the green leaves on top. It's best if you kind of grab those berries, the leaves up like so, and grab them in a bunch so you can dip the berry all the way up to the top as much as possible. Cover that up like so. That way you don't get the leaves all chocolatey and messing up your smooth contour line here. Take your berry out, lay it on your parchment paper, go to the next one. Do the same thing, pull the leaves up a little bit. Dip that berry in there, cover as much as possible. Let that drip a little bit. Set that on the paper.
You're ready.
Ready? Alright, so we dipped the berries. I did put them in the refrigerator just for about 5 minutes, just kind of get the chocolate hardened a little bit. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of drizzling, decoration, so to speak. And it's pretty simple. What we're going to do is take this piping bag. I'm going to use some white chocolate. I just happened to pick these up at my local grocery store.
Some places sell them in bulk.
Yeah, some places do sell these in bulk. This is a Belgian chocolate. There is a product called Dulce Fruit, which is microwavable chocolate. It is sold in chocolate and white chocolate. You can pick one of those up. They're about $3.49 or so at your local store. So what we're gonna do is take a little bit of this chocolate. Excuse me for using my hands, but I'm not gonna sell these to the public. So we'll put a little, you don't need a lot, but we're gonna put a little bit of chocolate in here. White chocolate in here. That's probably plenty for just these berries. What I do recommend is kind of twisting the top, put a rubber band around it to hold that closed, because we're gonna set this in the microwave and melt it. And you want the top closed so no chocolate leaks out. You pick it up and you're not paying attention and you'll drip it all over the countertop or the floor, and we don't want that.
Or burn yourself with hot chocolate.
Burn yourself, yes. So just get a rubber band, put it around the top, wrap the rubber band around a few times, make sure it's tight.
Yeah, you can do drizzle a different way too, like with a fork and stuff.
Yes, you could take some chocolate, like the white chocolate, put it in a microwavable bowl like this. You could get a fork or a spoon and just kind of drizzle it on the top like that. I like to use the piping bags, but your preference.
They're free, you can get them at the bakery, they'll give you one or two.
So I'm gonna set this in the microwave. Give it about 30 seconds.
Stop. Okay, now.
All right, so we got the chocolate in here melted in it. Make sure it's really juicy, because once it starts to cool down, it is harder to drizzle because it gets clumped up in the tip. You want to just cut a little bit off the tip of your piping bag. And then just hold on to it and just kind of swing that thing back and forth over the strawberry, just like so. And don't stop. Just keep going from berry to berry until you finish your tray, or however many you're gonna do. If you stop, you tend to clump up. And that's all there is to it, just like that.
Put them in the icebox about 10 seconds.
Put that back in your refrigerator for a few minutes, and we'll let that harden up.
Okay, stop.
Okay, so we had these in the refrigerator and just took them out. They're fairly solid, and that's your finished product. Pretty simple process. And let me just say this. If you go to the store and you buy some at your local grocery store, you're gonna pay anywhere from $6 to $10 for a package of 4 to 6 berries, already dipped, ready to go. Yes, it's a time saver, and they do a pretty good job at the stores. Or you could get your own product, package of berries, package of chocolate, some white chocolate if you can find some. Shouldn't be too hard. And make some yourself. Package of berries. You'll spend maybe $15 to $18, but you're gonna get about, well, heck, you see right here, we could dip probably the whole carton of strawberries, which are the 1 pound packages. You might get an average of 20 to 24 berries, depending on the size. Or if you buy some stem berries if you can find some, you get about 12 to 15. So it's more cost effective to do it yourself. Yes, the process is simple. You guys out there, if you want to try it yourself and impress your women, this is the way to go. And that's it. If any comments, leave one at the bottom. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'd appreciate it. And that's it for today.